What if Deku was katakuri? Part 3. Last where we left off, he was back on his ship heading back to Big Mom's island, Whole Cake Island. He had Hawks in a cage, he had killed Endeavor, and All for One. Shigaraki also got killed by his own master. UA was set afire, but the students and all that managed to evacuate with procedures Nezu put in place. All for One may have done a precise planning during the attack, but he seriously underestimated Katakuri's abilities, and that led to his downfall. Now we go back to him on his ship. When are we due to arrive back at Whole Cake Island? We'll be there in the hour, sir. As he looks at Hawks in a cage. Just wait, my brother Peros will deal with you there. After all, if we didn't have a person with a bird quirk like yourself, you may have been spared and added to Mama's collection of fine creatures, and also certain quirks as well. As he looks surprised, what? You must not know, but Mama likes to collect certain creatures. If we hadn't had a quirk like yours already in our possession, Big Mama might have spared your life, keeping you safe from Peros. But unfortunately, we already have a suspect like you on the island, so there's no need. I am curious what Peros plans to do with you, though. As he looks over at Hawks, but you're no threat. After all, your country doesn't stand a chance. Katakuri, sir. What is it? What do you think Big Mom will refer to as... I don't think she's gonna like the amount of damage we did to, Japan, sir. Don't worry about that. I'll talk with Big Mom. Of course, Katakuri, sir. As we can see the shores of Whole Cake Island. We're in Mama's territory, right? Yes, sir. We're arriving at the island now. Good. As some times had passed when he was talking with Hawks, they had reached the island. As they land at shore, they see Peros at the dock. As he walks off in Katakuri's usual outfit with his scarf. Peros, you came to meet me. Why, of course. I would love to meet my younger brother. Especially, did you bring Hawks with you? Yes, Hawks is on the ship. Good, good. I will deal with him later. Have the guards take care of them, please. As a few guards went to go take care of Hawks. Now, if you excuse me, Peros, I must go meet with Mama. Of course. But please tell me, what gifts have you brought for Mama? Oh, the head of the Hero Safety Committee, and the head of, well, not a head, but the head chef of Japan, as well as a bunch of food and supplies. That's all? We did destroy several hero agencies in Japan, caused a bit of destruction. That is a lot less than what I expected. I'm not done there. Mama wanted me to return quickly, so I had to hasten my work. Fair point. After all, you don't want to disappoint Mama. That's right. As they're walking to the tower where Big Mom lives and all her children. So tell me more. Who got in your way? The second hero Endeavor was a complete fool, thinking he could take care of me. Of course, fire can counteract my mochi powers. But using hockey, I was easily able to dispatch him. Ah, fair point. Using armament hockey on your mochi, which prevents that weakness. Yes. I may have let him live if he decided not to attack me. But I will be going back to Japan to finish the job, though. After all, Mama may not be happy with my decision of leaving early and letting the rest of the heroes live. That might be true. After all, Mama wants every debt paid in full. You've only done about a quarter of that. As Katakuri looks down at Peros. You can blame Mama for bringing me back early. I wouldn't have come if it wasn't for that letter. Fair point. So you're going to tell Mama you're going to finish it as soon as whatever she asks of you here? Of course. After all, when Mama wants something destroyed, it will be destroyed. So what are we going to do with the remainder of the country after you're done with it? It'll be under complete Mama's control. I'll have several of our ships guard the island, and we'll have them learn to respect Mama. We'll have no traitors amongst them. All that shall betray Mama will be executed on the spot. As expected from my younger brother. How are other siblings, Peros? They're doing well. Pudding is quite doing well. I hear that Mama has something planned for Pudding. Interesting. Can you tell me what else has happened? Well, I've got a report about a new coming pirate. He's got a new bounty of 500. As he looks over, 500. That's quite a lot. It's 500 million, of course. My bad. His name? Straw Hat Luthie. But he's not on the good side of Mama. You see, we could not get the candy from Fishman Island, so she's quite mad, you see. I can understand that. Mama doesn't like having her sweets delayed. You're right. And now that we can no longer have any sweets from Fishman Island, she's quite irritated. But luckily we managed to calm her down with some delicious sweets made by the head chef. The head chef does know how to calm Big Mom down. You're right, he's been doing it for years. Yes, as expected from the best chef in Big Mom's crew. As they arrive at the tower, shall we go in? As the gates open, as they walk in, all the siblings that are around are just in awe of Katakuri's arrival. Tell me, what about Oven? Hot-headed as ever, but of course he has a strategic mind, but it can be overlooked sometimes with his anger. Don't underestimate Oven, Peros. He's quite strong. That's true. I will never underestimate one of my siblings. After all, we all work for Big Mom. Mama. Of course. Now, if you excuse me, I must go speak with Big Mom. I'll leave you to it. As Peros walks away. As Katakuri walks to Big Mom's area where she's sitting down. As one of the chess pieces come in, Big Mom, ma'am, your son Katakuri has arrived. Let him in. As Katakuri walks in. Hello, Mama. Katakuri, so what have you brought back? Well, I did deal with most of them. And in Japan, I brought you back the head of the Hero Safety Commission president. I also destroyed several hero agencies in Japan. I brought back the best chef from Japan as well. Ooh, what's his specialty? I must know. Well, his specialty is in desserts, I must admit. So if you want him to cook up a new recipe for a dessert from Japan, you can have him coordinate with the head chef. As she drools, thinking of a new dessert. But I thought I told you to eradicate every hero from Japan. You did not do that, as some of Mom's hockey releases. Please forgive me, Big Mom. But you must understand, you wanted me to do a job that caused a lot more than a few days' work. If I wanted to crush every hero in Japan, I could have. But you sent me a curious letter to return soon, so I did as you told. I did deal with the most heavy hitters. All Might being the most threat on the island, though, of Japan. I will deal with him when I arrive back. As Mama starts laughing. Well, at least you did what I asked. What information do you have for me, Mama? You see, in a few days, we'll be celebrating. Or Judge and his family will be arriving at the island in about a week or 2 times. I can go ahead and go back and finish my mission at Japan and return before. As Mama speaks up, the wedding, of course. As Katakuri is surprised. You see, I'm having Pudding marry their youngest, Sanji. And what do you plan to do after that? Of course, we're going to, as she smiles, kill Judge and his family. I see. That should be an easy task. Yes. I'm sorry I will have to leave for a time and not stay for their arrival. As Mama laughs, we don't need you around anyway for the time being. After all, your other siblings can take care of everything while you're gone. But do be back before the wedding. Of course, Big Mom. I wouldn't miss it. As Katakuri turns around. Oh, and one more thing, Katakuri. When you get back to Japan, we can now feel her conqueror's hockey. Make sure to eradicate all the heroes. Teach them a lesson for the future generations. That you don't mess with the Big Mom pirates. You know very well this small lesson doesn't teach them anything. You're right, Big Mom. I'd planned to do that anyway. I'll eliminate the top heads of their generation currently, and the strongest of the new generation. And the rest will fall in line shortly after their defeat. As she smirks, as expected of you, Katakuri. Now also bring back some treasure with you, shall you? I will do my best, Big Mom. After all, you always wanted more treasure. Why, of course. And I am going to open the Tamate box. Sorry, I don't remember the name of the box that blew up on Whole Cake Island. I believe that's the name, though. At this wedding. So be back. I want you to see what's in it. As he smiles. Of course, Big Mom. As he leaves. As he sighs. As the chest keeper comes up to him. Katakuri, sir, it's been quite wild with you not around. You're one of the few people that can stop Mama's hunger pains from getting worse and worse. I am aware of that. When was Mom's last hunger pain? About a week ago, but it could be recently, I don't know. I'm afraid she may have another hunger pain soon. I won't be around if that happens. If Mama has another hunger pain, indicate the new emergency protocol to evacuate citizens until we can solve the hunger pain problem. Of course, Katakuri, sir. Also, have chefs on standby whenever Big Mom is hungry. After all, we'll need them to make the dessert as soon as possible if she gets a hunger pain right away. Excellent idea, Katakuri, sir. Now, let me go speak with Strusum, the head chef. Well, of course. As Katakuri goes to leave and heads to the head chef, as Strusum turns around, Katakuri, it's been a while. What do I owe the pleasure of meeting the first sweet general of Big Mom's pirates? Strusum, I need to ask a favor from you. And what would that be, Katakuri? You see, I'm on a lack of donuts. I need you to make some more for my journey. Oh, lack of donuts? I completely understand. I'll have your ship full with quite a few for your voyage. And don't forget, I'll have the ingredients on board for your chefs. Thank you, Strusum. I was running out of ingredients to make them, so I thought I would ask you. No problem. We have plenty of supplies, especially if you fixing the food chain problem from Japan. How did you do that? I simply sent the other ships that were with me to destroy the blockade set up by the Navy. They really thought they could stand a chance against the Big Mom pirates. With the country controlled by Big Mom and under the protection of Big Mom, and just now teaching them a lesson. The Navy shouldn't interfere. It would only cause casualties on their part. But if the Navy tries anything while I'm on the way back to Japan, I'll make sure that the food chain does not get interrupted at all. You hear me, Strusum? Why, of course. After all, you're Big Mom's sweet general #1. You can do anything. After all, you do have the ability to see in the future. That's right. And your bounty's over 1 billion. As he starts laughing. There's also one more thing I want to ask you before I go on my voyage. And what might that be, Katakuri, sir? If Mama has any hunger pains, make the ingredient or the food she wants immediately. I don't care what you're doing. The lives of our citizens matter most. Why, of course. I'll make sure to do that immediately. Good. Now I must go off into venture. Back to Japan. Big Mama doesn't really have the time for me just to sit down and relax. As we go to Peros, who's currently in one of the docks with Hawks. You're not going to get away with this. The Navy will stop you. As Peros laughs, "Oh, you must not know us. The Big Mom pirates, the Emperor of the Sea. The Navy's not going to do anything while Big Mom's around. 'Cause they fear Big Mom. And you'd be a fool not to. After all, you see what my little brother Katakuri did to you. As he's left you in a state of very damaged, as your back is really fractured, I can tell. Even with it not noticeable, I can tell your back is on the verge of breaking." As Hawks tries to hide it as he's in pain. "Now, I think I'm going to keep you alive for a little bit, just to teach you a lesson for stopping my favorite tea from Japan to arrive. After all, my favorite brew of tea came from Japan." As his eyes narrow. "So I'll give you a slow and painful death. You being slowly covered by candy and then suffocating to death is surely an antagonizing way to die." As candy starts to cover him. As Katakuri enters. "Peros, I need to talk to you." "Oh, little brother Katakuri." As he turns around, Hawks' body is slowly being covered by candy. "What do you need to discuss with me?" "You see, I need you to take care of a few things while I'm out." "And what might that be?" "I want you to bolster the defenses of Big Mom pirates. Because I heard of the last incident of, Eustace Kid." "Oh, you don't have to worry about that. After all, we have Benji. I believe that's his name. Benji? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but it's from the worst generation in One Piece, Benji. Benji's taking care of all the defenses, of course. After all, he's been announced Brook for this wedding. After all, he's been with the Big Mom Pirates for 2 years now. He can be trusted. Enough for this. Fair point. I'm off. Take care, brother." As he walks out of the room. "Why, of course." As we go back to Hawks, who's already covered up to his neck. Now, I can't have you dying so quickly." The candy slows down a bit more. "I do want to discuss some things. You see, we're having a little bit of trouble with this worst generation. We've managed to recruit one of them into the Big Mom Pirates. But you see, we've had 2 of them cause us problems, and now a 3rd on top of that being Straw Hat Luffy. But, you see, both of them have tried to invade us, but we've managed to take them out, or have them retreat. But we'll take care of them soon. Our 4th sweet general was defeated, you see, and Big Mom was quite angry. If it wasn't for our other sweet generals, Big Mom may have gone into a very anger and destroying state. In fact, the head chef Strusum had to cook her a very delicious meal, just to soothe Big Mom from her anger. While he's telling this story, Hawks is pretty much almost entire face has been covered with candy. Well, I don't know why I decided to tell you this. It may be because you're on the verge of death, as the oxygen had already stopped flowing through as the candy finally covered him entirely. Now, I guarantee you last probably about 3 more minutes without oxygen. But I'm curious, can you actually break out with your cork? I doubt that. My candy is very thick and hard. No one's managed to really break it. Well, anyway, look at me rambling on. I guess this is a bad habit. As he licks one of the candy lollipops in his hand. As he then looks over. Oh, you've already expired, I see. As Hawks had stopped breathing for quite some time. Ah, what a pity. I really hope you have last longer. Well, anyway, off to enjoy some tea. As we see Katakuri hop on back on a ship. Where are we going, sir? Back to Japan. We're finishing the job Big Mom assigned. Aye, aye, sir. Set sail! Back to Japan! As they leave Whole Cake Island. As we go back to the heroes trying to discuss. You gotta be kidding me. They're not done. What do you mean? Our surveillance just reported that the Katakuri ship is heading right back here to Japan. Apparently that Big Mom is not finished with us yet. UA's been on fire and damaged. We're gonna have to send all the students home. Yes. And the worst part is, they're coming to finish the job. As all the heroes look over, what do you mean? They gonna destroy more buildings, property? No. They may destroy the entire Hero Safety Commission. And take everyone that's higher up's heads. As he looks around the room at all the remaining top 10 heroes. Which is us. As all of them are in shock. And they may go after the new generation as well. As Aizawa speaks up, they won't dare go after the students. They're just kids. Big Mom pirates don't care. You mess with them, you pay. As Aizawa looks aside, we have to do something. We have to find a way to beat this Katakuri. We can call in aid from America and ask the Navy for help, but that's all we can really do. Hopefully they can if they send an admiral or two, we can defeat this Katakuri. Maybe. I doubt they're gonna send an admiral, Nezu speaks. After all, the admirals are only received for high priority missions. Mostly for the Celestial Dragons. So I doubt they're gonna send an admiral here. After all, we've aligned ourselves with Big Mom. And we have no right to call the Navy. As Nezu puts his head down, all we can do is wait. And hopefully Katakuri spares us. As all the top 10 heroes are very scared and furious at Katakuri. Let's just wait and see what happens. And that ends part 3 of What If Deku Was Katakuri. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe.